We've all heard of the term garbage in, garbage out. It usually comes up as part of work or in university projects. But I found a way to successfully apply this framework to something much more personal: managing everyday stress. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I help 30-something women choose alignment over timelines, especially in areas of health and well-being and dating and relationships. Today I want to talk about mental health, and specifically the simple framework that I have been using to help manage my everyday stress, whether that's people-related stress, social media stress, or situational stress. It's called garbage in, garbage out. In simple terms, all it means is that the quality of your input depends on the quality of your output. When it comes to stress, inputs aren't just stressful events. It's also the perception of a situation, the emotions that we create from it, and our reaction and the story that we like to tell ourselves afterwards. When something stressful happens, most of us go through this process automatically. Something stressful happens, we perceive it through our own lens, we feel an emotion, and then we build a story about it afterwards. These are all inputs. When we don't actively manage these inputs, the result is usually more stress, more anxiety, and more anger. And that's where garbage out comes in. It's realizing that we have power over what we choose to keep and what we choose to let go of. We can question the story, we can change our perspective, and we can choose how we respond. Let me share an example from my own life. Before moving to India earlier this year, I visited some of my extended family in New Jersey. During that trip, my uncle said several things to me that were extremely hurtful. He attacked my personality, told me that I was unlikable, compared me to my sister and implied that her personality was better, mocked me for having panic attacks and working on my mental health, and he judged me for being unemployed. For the next 2 months, this experience kept replaying in my head. Every time I thought about it, I felt shock and anger. Shock at how he spoke to me, and anger at myself. How could I visit him? How could I let him talk this way to me? And why didn't I stand up for myself and say something? The emotions kept resurfacing over and over again. Eventually, I made a conscious choice to change my inputs. I started looking at the situation from a different perspective. I reminded myself that he has spoken disrespectfully to other women in the family before. This behavior is not new and it's not unexpected. I also realized that his words had no real basis. During the same trip, I also visited other family that I had in Canada, and I visited my cousins in New York, and they loved having me over. They loved talking to me, they loved relating to me and interacting with me. My family has also supported my decision to move back to India and start creating content. All of this made me realize one thing: he didn't know me well enough to judge me, and the way he spoke to me is more of a reflection of his communication style and his emotional patterns. Emotionally, the hardest part was just letting go of the anger. For weeks, anger would come up every time I would think of the situation. And each time, I would remind myself of the new perspective. I would let the emotion come up and let it pass without feeding it more thoughts. Over time, it lost its power. And that's the true magic behind this framework: garbage in, garbage out. We can't really control what happens to us, but we can control our perception, our emotions, and our response to any situation. From then, I made 2 clear decisions. The first one is to set firm boundaries and limit my future interactions with him. And the second one, which is the most important one, is to stay focused on my goals and priorities, which is working on my health, working on creating content, and spending time with people who uplift me. We can choose to release garbage that doesn't serve us. Our mind likes to keep replaying events. And so we have to keep practicing this on a consistent basis. We have to choose to respond instead of react. That shift helps protect our physical and mental health. Because chronic stress doesn't just impact our mood, it affects us on a cellular level by accelerating aging and impacting long-term health. Learning to manage stress is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And sometimes the simplest tool we have is this: choose your perspective, choose your emotions, and choose your response. And repeat all 3 of them until negative emotions dissolve. Hope this video helped, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been in a situation where changing your perspective and changing your emotion about something helped you move forward in life. Until next time. remember to choose alignment over timelines.